About 2 weeks ago, our feral program really started kicking into full force. Now, right now, we're only focused on 2 areas of Lorain County, North Ridgeville and Elyria. And the reason why we got started in North Ridgeville is about 1.5 years ago, there was a big incident involving their animal control officer out there. It involved a couple of kittens being shot. Well, what we wanted to do was provide a solution to Lorain County residents that didn't involve euthanasia or the destruction of some of these kittens and cats. And the obvious choice was TNR, which stands for Trap, Neuter, Release. These are 2 cats that we've already caught recently in North Ridgeville. Now, the issue that we have found that a lot of people talk about is that this program, this idea, is much more expensive than just rounding up the cats and euthanizing them. But what we found is most of the veterinarians actually will charge more to euthanize an animal than they will to spay and neuter it. In fact, these guys cost $26.50 to not only spay and neuter, but also to give a rabies vaccine to provide a kind of an extra health aspect to the program, to ensure that even if they were to bite somebody, that they wouldn't spread diseases like that would be dangerous and zoonotic, that is contagious to human beings. So these are 2 examples of that program. What we've done is spay and neuter it, and they will be returned outside, and what we know now is that they won't be able to be reproduce and make the situation worse. Now, how do we know in the future when we go back to this place that these animals were already spayed and neutered? If you zoom in here, you can see that the tip of each of their ears has been notched. It's a flat tip across the top of the ear that indicates to us that the animal has already been spayed and neutered. So if they were to ever go back into one of these traps, we would be able to release them right away. They wouldn't have to go back for surgery. And that's an important part of the program. So here we are in North Ridgeville, and we got our 2 feral cats that we trapped earlier in the week. They're already spayed and neutered now, have their rabies vaccines, and we're at a property where the owner really takes good care of these cats. Actually, he's cut a small hole into this barn where the cats can actually come in and out during the winter, stay warm. And over on his porch over here, we actually can see that he has beds and food and water, and they're more than welcome to come and go as they please back to here. Now these cats are really excited to get back out and get back to where they're going and home. So we're going to start to release them here and give them the chance to go right back into their little home and house where they will feel comfortable. Now, a lot of people are really worried about TNR, and so what we found is that this program really works. You know, the people in North Ridgeville, we asked them how many calls a year they got concerning feral cats. And they said on average 7 to 8 calls a year were all they were getting. So far, in the 1.5 years that we've begun this program, we've done over 120 cats and kittens throughout North Ridgeville. Many of which the kittens were removed and actually able to find homes when we were given the opportunity. And in they go. Simple as that. And like I said, you know, people talk about it being expensive to do TNR. And actually what we find is on average we save tons of money actually doing it this way. Especially because there's a lot of grants out there. Grants like we got for North Ridgeville from PetSmart Charities. So here we are back at Friendship Animal Protectively with 2 empty cages. These are the cats we released. Now, one of the big complaints I have about sheltering and animal welfare in general is it's often a reactive field. You know, we're reacting to overpopulation, we're reacting to shelters that are crying out to us for help because they're going to have to euthanize animals because there's little space. Here we are doing something that I consider proactive. We prevented 2 cats from having kittens in the future. Kittens that would be filling up our space during the springtime all the way through August, and now we don't have to worry about that this year from these 2 cats. And they're 2 of 120 cats that we did in one community already. And we can do so much more, and this is what's going to change the future. This is what's going to make the difference for cats and kittens in our community. So I hope that you'll come down, get involved, maybe come down, volunteer with us. We have orientations the 2nd Saturday of every month, and you can learn how you can get involved with this and help us rescue cats and kittens, get them spayed and neutered, return them back to where they belong, and help make our community a little bit safer, a little bit friendlier, a little bit healthier for all animals, including the human animal.